Hey, hello there. Hope your Wi-Fi is strong and your defense isn't. Let's talk about the most prestigious title in combat sports. Not the lightweight title, not the welterweight, not the middleweight, not even the heavyweight crown. Nah, I'm talking about the one that actually matters to people. You guessed it, the BMF title.
Which literally means baddest motherfucker.
CTE Classic.
A belt not necessarily earned through dominance, technique, or longevity, but rather through violence, adoration, and a complete disregard for self preservation. You see, in this promotion, there's an unspoken truth. The more you bleed, the more they cheer. And when I say they, you know who I'm talking about. The UFC fans. Because let's keep it a buck. UFC fans do not like MMA. No, they don't. They like brawling, okay? Maybe that they like kickboxing with a hint of trash talking and skulls bouncing against the canvas. Although this is called mixed martial arts, don't get fooled. They want stand and bang shootouts with the occasional leg kick to feel refined. But try to feint into a takedown, you get booed. Try to clinch against the fence, you get booed. Try a little jiu-jitsu or judo or wrestling, you better throw some elbows in there, unless you want your ass getting deported mid-round. That's a little too much fight IQ and too much nuance. And that's exactly why the BMF title was created, is the people's title. Thumbs up, thumbs down type shit. It's not about who's the most technical striker or who's the most well-rounded fighter. Not always, not likely. It's about who can hit them shots, smile through it, enjoy the pain, the swelling, like
Please, don't show I love this shit. Let's go.
leading us to the actual topic of this video. The main event of UFC 318, Max Holloway against Dustin Poirier. The last dance for the diamond. And I'm not going to lie, although this was for the BMF title and for the last fight of Dustin, this fight had a much higher fight IQ than expected, a lot more. But let's not cap, it was mostly kickboxing. And it was fun, because at the end of the day, Dustin wanted to have fun for his last fight. And it delivered. It was a banger. Entertaining from bell to bell. It did not just deliver, it erupted in a back and forth battle that had everything a BMF style fight needs: grit, volume, heart, and respect. Max Holloway coming off a knockout loss to
Ilya Abturo,
earlier in 2025, added size and refined his footwork. He leaned into feints, volume, and combination variety to counter Dustin's power. Dustin Poirier, knowing he couldn't outvolume Max Holloway, bet on one big hook or a late guillotine to hopefully steal the fight. As soon as the first round started, Max came out swinging, bro. Jab, leg kicks, head body mixes, using pace to unsettle Dustin. Of course, Poirier hit back with a sharp, brutal hook that visibly shook Holloway. As I already said, it was pure striking. There was no ties, zero takedown attempts, just pure stand and bang shootout. Okay, so in the round 2, Holloway's volume continued, but Dustin landed a clean hook again, nearly putting Max down. Then comes the signature Poirier moment. the guillotine attempt in the final seconds, dragging Holloway to the fence. But fortunately for Holloway, his defense was on point. My man remained cool and collected. He knew very well how to get out of this position. And the scramble was not stopping. That fight was 100% action up to the final round. But overall, Holloway ended up landing roughly 200 strikes. I think it was 198 total strikes, so about 52% accuracy, and changing levels, splitting head, body, and leg attacks. Poirier was no slouch either because of the fact he kept adapting. He was adapting. He kind of forced Max Holloway to respect the power in those hands. He did not have as much volume, but the power, man, was no joke. The same power that knocked the fuck out of Benoit Saint-Denis and infamously Conor McGregor. More power than volume, but still a good volume. 109 strikes, 42% of accuracy. Very hard shots, fewer in number, but higher in terms of damage, as you can see on Max's face after the fight, but even during the fight. Had he managed to get more control time, I think he would have won the fight. However, that was not that kind of complete matchup. Therefore, it was Max's win, in great part thanks to the fact that he managed to knock down his opponent twice in the first round. Dustin was rocked early in the fight, which tilted the momentum in Max's favor. It was a close fight. Actually, let me rephrase that. It was competitive, but it was not that close, despite what Max's face may suggest. Volume versus power. Holloway's pace never let up. Poirier hit harder, but despite that could not maintain the pace. Unlike Max. It was pure striking, it was a stand-up war, BMF style, and Max Holloway managed to get his redemption. He managed to get one back from when Dustin spoiled his UFC debut. And now Holloway spoils the retirement party. You get a story that comes full circle, and two back-to-back title fights between the two men. Dustin defeated Max Holloway for the interim lightweight title back in 2019, 6 years ago. This story comes full circle with Max retaining his BMF title against Dustin by unanimous decision. And as much as I wanted Max Holloway to get that finish and get that get back from 13 years ago, I think that's a beautiful conclusion to a compelling story full of sportsmanship and mutual respect. From a legend to another legend, from a family man to another family man. There was literally no other fight that would have made as much sense. A lot of history, but nothing personal, just business as usual. A great fight sold by a beautiful story between two fighters who knew each other very well. As I said, a lot of history, much respect, much love, but unfinished business that had to be finished. It was not the first or the second fight between those two, it was the third and final act of this nonetheless wholesome rivalry between those two. And for all the shit I talked about the BMF title and the lack of fighting IQ that some of the champions displayed, this one was a striking masterclass, as far as I'm concerned, of course. Because, you know, I'm going to rewatch this trilogy. As much as I'm going to enjoy watching Max Holloway putting on bangers like that, I'm going to miss Dustin Poirier, so I'm definitely going to watch his old fights. Despite the result, that man made a statement. He decided to live on his own terms at his best. I see myself out and I invite you to like and subscribe, comment as well, for more videos about various topics, athletes, fighters and whatever. See ya.